So, as the title says, there's a pretty cute girl at work who I thought was checking me out and smiling at me for the last few weeks. This happens daily, although we don't work directly together. We've talked, and she is shy but seems interested in me. I was trying to find a subtle way to show interest without harassing or embarrassing her. So I decided to write my number down and give it to her at the end of the day. I said, "Hey, I just wanted to give you this, just in case, but there's no pressure if not." The thing is, she looked mortified. I thought I was being respectful and showing interest, but now I'm second-guessing. I'm not a creeper, so I'm trying to find the best way to proceed from here. I kind of want to apologize for misreading the situation, if that's what I did, but would it be best to act like nothing happened and move forward? Story 1. Well, after you make a move, it is usually on the other person to respond. If you get nothing, just move on. No need to make it more complicated. Story 2. Do nothing. Just go about your life. Don't act strange. I want to apologize for misreading the situation. Either you do or don't want to. Just don't. Let it go. If she doesn't say anything, leave it in the past and don't bother her. But would it be best to act like nothing happened and move forward? Yes, move forward to the next post. Story 3. It says a lot that you gave her your number instead of asking for hers and assured her that you didn't want her to feel pressured. Story 4. It's all right. Ultimately, giving your number to a woman would theoretically be more comfortable for her, as she doesn't have to worry about you spam texting her. If she is as shy as you say, let her relax for a bit and act like nothing happened to avoid putting pressure on anyone. As others have said, the decision is in her hands, and I think you handled it respectfully. She'll either text or not. It's best not to overthink it. Story 5. Honestly, man, I'm saying this because you just got the job. Don't let relationships interfere with your money. There are too many women out here to even risk that. Keep your job as your job and your personal life as your personal life. If you're under 6 months in a position, you're already in a bit of a probation period. Don't play with it. Story 6. It sounds to me like you handled this perfectly. The ball is completely out of your court. If she doesn't text you, be cordial and polite, and never ask her again. Story 7. Yes, correct. Just act like nothing happened. Also, ignore her in a polite way so she doesn't get upset and accuse you of being a creep or something. Godspeed, soldier. Story 8. For next time, tell her you like her but don't want to put pressure on her. Shy girls can convince themselves that you gave your number for another reason. My wife believed her roommate when they were next to each other in the elevator. Story 9. Let me repeat this for everyone. Never at work. I know it can be tempting sometimes, but it is almost never worth it and causes more problems than benefits. Story 10. I was trying to find a subtle way to show interest without harassing or embarrassing her. So I decided to write down my number and give it to her at the end of the day. I said, "Hey, I just wanted to give you this, just in case, but there's no pressure if not. Getting involved with someone you work with is never a good idea. The possible backlash when it goes wrong is not worth it." Doing this most likely placed pressure on her. Workplace harassment is not something to take lightly. The thing is, she looked mortified. I thought I was being respectful while showing interest, but now I'm definitely second-guessing. I'm not a creep, so I'm trying to find the best way to proceed from here. I think her expression said it all. She most likely thinks you're a creep now. The best course of action is to forget that you gave her your number and avoid her. Don't try to apologize, as she'll likely think you're doubling down on your creepiness. Story 11. You gave her your number. Good job. Now do nothing. If she's interested and motivated enough, she'll call you. Continue being friendly to her as if you never even gave her your number. Don't mention it or bring it up. The ball's in her court now. Good on you for putting it there. Now go be confident and succeed at work and in the rest of your life. If she calls you, great. If not, take solace in the fact that you've handled this situation pretty well, despite your inner uncertainty. So you'll handle the next situation just as well. If she doesn't call you, it's her problem, not yours. It's her loss, not yours. Keep putting yourself out there and meeting more people, and trust that if she's interested, she'll contact you, even if it's 6 months from now. And don't worry about it anymore. Story 12. In my opinion, if you want to have a follow-up apology conversation, that would be fine and maybe even appreciated by her if you're reading her reaction correctly. She might feel relieved to get back on common ground with you, so she doesn't have to worry about where your head is at, especially since you have to continue working with her. Next time, don't pursue romantic interests at work. You could say something short like, "Hey, I think I might have overstepped yesterday. This is completely fine if you didn't actually want my number. We can just forget it happened if you want." Story 13. I know many relationships that started at work. It's normal as long as there isn't a power imbalance or harassment or punishment for their response. I personally would never date a coworker unless they are in a completely different department. Story 14. Don't sh*t where you eat. Best to let it lie. You weren't rude or anything, so maybe she was just shocked. Story 15. If she doesn't reciprocate, don't bring it up again. Also, take a moment to consider it from a woman's point of view. She probably looked mortified because she's expecting that if she were to talk to you, things could get weird at work. Not to mention, if she were to reject you, she might assume you'd react negatively or persistently pressure her into another date. You've taken your shot, and it sounds like it won't go anywhere. Don't make it awkward. If you need to interact with her going forward, make sure it's only about work and nothing else. The last thing you want is to be accused of harassment or even perceived as harassing her. Story 16. I think where you went wrong is by making a bold move without establishing a rapport first. If you had spent more time just talking to her in person, you would have a better gauge if she was actually interested. And even if she wasn't interested, giving her your number would seem less out of the blue. With that said, I don't think it's a big deal at all. Story 17. Good on you for taking that chance, man. Obviously, I don't know the situation, but it's often worse in your own mind than it is in reality. If someone gave you their number the way you did to her, and you had no intention of pursuing things, would you be mortified? Probably not. Just keep being casual to show there are no hard feelings. Story 18. Hey, shy lady here. First things first, from what you described, she was probably just really surprised that you took the initiative. You did it in a nice, non-pressuring way, and I don't think you need to apologize for it. Honestly, apologizing might just give her mixed signals, so I agree that you should wait and see what she does. As a shy girl myself, I'd be a little shocked that someone did that out of the blue, but I wouldn't think less of the person or think they were creepy. Mostly, I'd just be focused on my own reaction to the situation. She might be having similar thoughts to you. Did I react right to him giving me his number? Oh no, what if I scared him off with my reaction? These would be the thoughts running through my head. My hope is that this doesn't deter you from making similar moves in the future with other people if you want to. The next one might just be really happy that you did. Story 19. You probably should have asked for her number instead of giving her yours. That leaves her with the risk of rejection if she texts you. And it's strange. You don't really want to put women through that. Work is tough because it's generally smart to be friendly to coworkers, so the smiles may have been more polite. You could have had at least one conversation to see how she responds first. Don't beat yourself up too much either way. You should be proud of yourself. Basically, pretend like it's not a big deal. You can still have standard conversations. Women can be awkward too, so I wouldn't read too much into her reaction. Story 20. Yell, just kidding. Whenever you get a call from an unknown number and answer it with a consistent character that you never break. Just kidding. You kids are afraid to make phone calls. Story 21. If it's a loss, just take it and move on. If you go back and apologize, then you run the risk of looking creepy or needy. Just let it be. If she is interested in you, she will respond. If she takes a long time to do so, she isn't worth pursuing. Story 22. I don't think there's anything for you to apologize for. You were respectful. If she contacts you, great. If not, take it as a no and keep moving forward, my friend. Story 23. She probably misunderstood what you were trying to do. Maybe she thought you were asking her for a casual encounter. It's possible someone else asked her out in a similar way, leading to an embarrassing situation, and you unintentionally reminded her of it. Who knows? Perhaps you could just talk to her about it. Then you might end it with a joke and ask for your number back. Hey, so I think we got off on the wrong foot. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable or offend you by giving you my number. I wanted to get to know you better and ask you out for coffee, and I thought this would be a subtle way to do it. I can take my number back if you'd prefer, and we can forget this ever happened. Story 24. You're assuming a lot based on her facial expression, which is not advisable. You're not inside her head. Take the pressure off your shoulders and look at what has actually happened. From what it sounds like, she has been pleasant to you both indirectly and directly. You've had positive interactions. You wrote your number down, gave it to her, and said no pressure. She didn't say she was upset. She only appeared that way to you. Her facial expression could have meant anything. You said no pressure, so now show her that you were being honest. Go back to how you were before you gave her the number. Women don't mind getting a number or being asked out. They care about how they are treated as human beings. They are concerned about men who might be rude, stalk them, or degrade them if rejected. Live by your word and show her that's not you. You've taken your chance. She will either call you or not. Also, it's not harassment to give a woman your number or express interest unless she's already told you she's not interested and you keep bothering her. Just don't be weird or hostile and you're good. Story 25. I can relate. This girl who worked at a store I shop at would flirt and play with me all the time. I didn't want to completely dismiss her, so I met her halfway, asking if she wanted to have lunch. She told me to keep it business. I wouldn't have tried if her signals weren't throwing me off, but I didn't want her efforts to be wasted. Story 26. Since this is at work, I would try to start a couple of casual conversations with her before doing anything else. If she doesn't call or approach you, just ignore her. Story 27. Why are people so weird about being interested in someone? Passing them your number? Couldn't you just invite them to lunch or something like a normal person? Story 28. You made a big mistake. Mistake 1. Pursuing a romantic interest at work. The potential risks far outweigh the potential benefits. Mistake 2. Always ensure there is no evidence. Some individuals can negatively impact your life with something as small as a piece of paper. Story 29. Yeah, it makes it awkward for sure. Now, if she doesn't want anything, she has to feel awkward. Just don't mess up where you sleep or eat. Man, it's a lesson to live by. Don't bring drama to your job. Story 30. From the advice my late grandfather gave me years ago to you. Don't buy your meat and bread from the same store. Assuming you don't get dismissed from that job for harassment, don't say another thing about it. Just talk with her about work-related topics, and never ask a woman at work out ever again. Story 31. A guy at my work, 18 years younger, asked me for my number on Teams. I was like, hey, don't put that kind of stuff on there. People can read it. After a month, he wore me down. I gave it to him and it's been fun. I'm not interested in anything serious, but no regrets. We're definitely buddies now. Story 32. Act like nothing happened and move on. From now on, avoid making the place you have to be every day, which basically pays your bills, a potential dating ground. Consider expanding your hobbies. Get a dog if you can and visit dog parks. If things don't go well, you can always walk your dog somewhere else. Like cars? Car shows are free, and if things don't go well, car shows pop up everywhere with plenty of people attending. Interested in music festivals? Many women like music too. If things go badly at work, it's much harder to find a new job or avoid a potential human resources visit. If it doesn't work out at a hobby place, it's just a bit of embarrassment at worst. Story 33. You did what you did. If she is going to respond, she'll do it on her terms. It is what it is. Now, on to the main issue. Never do this at work. If she takes it negatively, a report to human resources can ruin your job there. Story 34. Don't worry about it. If she's cute, she gets this all the time. She was probably worried that you would act aggressively in the future. Society has taught her to be overly cautious. Worst case scenario, she never contacts you. You're good. Story 35. If she is under the age of 30, she was probably mortified because she didn't know what those numbers meant. However, if you gave her your Instagram handle, she would have been more receptive. Story 36. This is why it's a headache pursuing someone at your job. It's often the place where you might meet a significant other, but it can be very risky. If it goes wrong, you'll wish you never did anything, and the awkwardness won't go away. Story 37. She might have been shocked or embarrassed. You might have moved too fast for her liking, though. I'm shy too. It's too late now, but it would have been better to try to get to know her first. Stuff like that tends to overwhelm some shy people. I know that because I'm a shy female. I can't even talk to guys that I like sober. Please be more careful from now on, as she could go to human resources and get you fired for sexual harassment. For now, play it cool. Maybe smile at her and ask her how she's doing. But if she seems uncomfortable, then back off. If she smiles back, then try making friendly conversation, but don't do anything more than that for a while. You might scare her off. Story 38. With love, from one man to another, stop being a jerk in the nicest way possible. You gave a girl your number in a discreet, respectful way. Why are you on Reddit looking for advice on what to do about it? It's done. Story 39. Girls can sometimes be overly sensitive, and as men, we might feel it's not our responsibility to worry about that. If someone chooses to act immaturely and take offense at something trivial, it's not our concern. It's frustrating when girls perceive normal actions by men as inappropriate. However, I choose not to dwell on it. They can focus on negative thoughts, but we pursue the women we are interested in and can be with. Story 40. You liked her. Apologize for what? Am I missing something? Too many people are not taught how to react these days. Story 41. For what it's worth, I have no reason to believe you're a creep, but saying, I'm not a creep doesn't prove anything because anyone could say that. It's like calling yourself a nice guy. It only means something when others say it about you. Back to the matter at hand, there's nothing specific to do. If she texts or calls you expressing interest, great. If not, it's just life as usual. The ball is in her court. Don't overthink it. Story 42. Wait a couple of days, and if you don't hear from her, casually go up to her and ask if you can have your number back. Make a joke about her not using it and mention that you know a couple of other girls who might like to have it. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.